Good morning, traders. So how do we trade the Aussie, the South African 40 today? So yesterday, not really anything to write home about in the price action. So we did have an inside bar, and then we had an engulfing, and that failed quite miserably. So this reversal pattern here, which is this big engulfing, this smaller engulfing, and this inside bar, these three bars here, has pretty much failed. Okay, now there's another way to look at this, and some people would only trade this pattern once we break above 45,908, or let's just take it to the nearest round number, 45,910, with a stop loss below the bottom here. Okay, so for this setup at the moment, I still see us in a consolidation pattern here. Okay, let's just get to the 4 hour, and you'll see we have 1, 2, 3, 4 tails at this level, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at the top. So this is pretty much a consolidation pattern. Now, often what happens is you get this, for example, you see it here, you get the spike down, then you rally, and then you consolidate, and then you either continue to the downside and break this level, or alternatively, you form a bottom or a base at this level. Now, looking at the 4 hour, oscillators are pretty much in the middle of nowhere at the moment, so there's nothing to read into that. You just get down to the hour, because that's the one we're looking for. You'll see we did get the downside move that I was expecting yesterday, but yeah, it was a little bit topsy-turvy with tails to top, tails to bottom, and then we closed off with an indecision bar. So in other words, a lot of people that were sitting short didn't really close out. They just kept their shorts overnight, which I think may be an issue for them, because I expect us to bounce today. So we had fairly good results from Facebook last night, and that's going to impact Tencent, and Tencent is already up 2.5%, and in turn that is going to impact on Naspers. But do bear in mind that Naspers has got some further downside targets still. So yeah, anything can happen in this game right now. Okay, oscillators on the hour, we do have bordering on the edge of the Bollinger here. Okay, no real diversions or anything like that. And then we also have a grouping of the oscillators here. Now, I just want to highlight that on the weekly, we are far outside the Bollinger on this oscillator. We are grouping quite nicely here. So this is starting to look like we will end up with a bottom somewhere in this area. Okay, so I say somewhere in this area because it's not really a guarantee as to where it's going to bottom or if it's going to bottom, but there are warning signs here. Now, one thing you need to bear in mind is we've had a very strong move down, and often when you have a very strong move down, you have a period of consolidation. Okay, so look for an example here. You could see how many times, 1, 2, 3 times that we tried to form a bottom here before we rallied. Okay, so there's the first one, second one, third one, and then we rallied extensively. So that's one thing that you need to pay attention to. The moving averages are far apart on the weekly as well. So it's going to be a volatile consolidation pattern if it does happen. It can do a V reversal, but V reversals are pretty rare. So I would expect some consolidation somewhere along the line here. Okay, just drilling down to the half hour, nothing else on the half hour, apart from the fact that we have Bollinger diversions here on the oscillators, and we have a grouping at this point, and then we have a crossover, potential crossover here. So for today, I expect we will gap up. Okay, and there are a couple of levels, I'm going to use this line here, that you're going to need to pay attention to. And this fractal here is the first one. Okay, so this is 45,305. So that is the first level we've got to get above. So what I expect us to happen is a gap up, more than likely hit this 35,305 area, and then bounce back down. Now, the question will be if we can hold, I'm just going to line this up with this inside tail here. So if we can hold this 44,830 area, in other words, not break below it and close below it, then we have the potential for a solid move to the upside. But I think your upside targets are pretty much going to be 45,305. Then you will have these inside tails here. I suppose we should be doing this off the hour. You can see that's pretty much where we turned yesterday. So we rallied up into this, well, actually onto that inside bar there, and then bounced off. So those are the areas that I expect us to target again. What you also need to look at is we do have a potential head and shoulders here, inverse head and shoulders. So there is a shoulder here, there is a head, and there's a double shoulder here forming. Okay, so double shoulder, double bottom, whichever way you look at it, but obviously it's quite large. Okay, so that's kind of my take on this at the moment. I expect us to gap up, maybe just a bit of consolidation, and then a gentle move to the upside. Levels to watch are obviously 45,300 first. Then we need to watch for 45,750, and the big level we'll be waiting for is a break above 45,910. If we get a break above there and an hour close above there, expect this daily gap to close, which is there. Okay, once that's closed, I would expect a bounce back to come and test this 45,900, because that seems to be the new line in the sand for us at the moment. So that is a significant level. Once we're above that and we hold that, then I would anticipate that we have a potential trend change. Okay, so for now we are bottom of range, so it's long, and I'm expecting price to rally towards 45,300 and then 45,750. Those are the two levels I'm watching today. Anyway, guys, that's it for me today. Maybe we are starting to get this turn, but who knows? Let's just have a quick look at the ichimoku. Start on the daily. Okay, we're starting to flatten out. We've got diversions. In other words, Dickinson pointing down and Kijinson starting to flatten out. That is a signal that we have a bottom or a sort of a consolidation pattern coming. Just have a look at what the 4 hour is telling us at the moment. 4 hour, the trend is still down. Obviously, we need to get above these fractional levels. The thing that I can see here is that we do have the Williams percentage R underneath the -80, which is very oversold, sorry. So I expect a bounce from this area. Last one I want to look at is the hour, and our we did break above the cloud. Yes, day before yesterday, came back into the cloud. We broke below the cloud. There's nothing really on this level that we have apart from a twist here, and we potentially get a crossover in the cloud with the Chiku span coming up above price. Chiku span still going to have resistance with price and the cloud. So expect it to be not a violent move to the upside, but more of a consolidation, slight ambling move to the upside. Okay. Anyway, guys, that's it for me. Hope it helps, and I'll catch up with you later. Cheers for now.